Hello and welcome to Can You Complete Payday 3 Without Killing Anyone? Today we will be covering the remaining heists of Payday 3, Golden Shark, 99 Boxes, and Touch the Sky. These heists are okay for the most part, but Golden Shark is like a remake of Big Bank, and that is my favourite heist in Payday 2. But before we begin, I do need to once again go over my skills. Just in case I forgot a skill or two, I'm going to go over every single skill I have for my stealth tree. For stealth, I have Infiltrator Aced, Quick Fingers, and Bagger for quicker interaction and lockpicking. Escapist for movement speed. Manipulator, Overbearing and Menacing for hostage and guard control. Grifter, Walk the Walk and Social Engineering, so I can do illegal activities while in casing mode. Hacker Aced, Secure Loop, Glitch Protocol, and Signal Catch to disable cameras and distract guards. And strategist aced, so I can mark 2 extra NPCs, which shouldn't even be a skill. My weapons are also completely irrelevant as it's a passive run and there's no concealment skill, so I can use any weapon, which I kind of like. And I grabbed the micro cam for equipment. And now, let's do this. After the successful heist of Surface Art Gallery, Shark, Concord, and Garnet are having another meeting about the Payday crew and how to stop them. We find out about some deal between Garnet and some type of technology. Garnet says that he has invested everything into this and that it cannot fail. Shade informs the gang that through review of the gang's frozen accounts, one name is mentioned frequently: Shark, a banker with political affiliations. She is also a major shareholder in Gensec, so this is why she's involved in trying to bring down the gang. And we plan to go to her bank and make a large withdrawal with no interest. And while we're there, we'll grab her server, as it will have the information we need. I approach the bank and I will say this entrance is very good. Like I stated, this is my favorite heist so far in Payday 3. It's like a mix of Big Bank and First World Bank, so, it gets points from me. I make my way inside and I have to get upstairs. So I need to locate a keycard which is found in one of 3 locked offices. But luckily, as the RNG stays the same through restarts, I was able to find the keycard instantly without having to get into the HR office, finding a name, and then getting into the right office. I then made my way upstairs, where I need a 4-digit code, which, much like the one in the bank heist, can be brute forced, but I do need the actual code. So I need to find the server room and initiate a hack. This can be spotted by civilians and guards, but I was lucky enough to not have any innocent eyes see the hack. Then I'm given 4 possible codes. I find the right one and then restart the map. This was also to get the achievement of not hacking the HR computer and not hacking the server PC. So with the help of YouTube chat, and not Sasha, I have the location of the keycard and the vault room code. Once inside, I need to disable the lasers in front of the vault door. I interact with a lock pad, which gives me PTSD of the AFK minigame from the previous heist. I am happy that this minigame was different by some means. This screen tells me which switches I need to switch, and there are 4 boxes around the 2nd floor that need to be interacted with. Once I switch the first wire, I need to go back to the vault door and check which coloured switches need to be switched. I also found the manager who had a blue keycard on him, which I swiped as I'll need it soon. Once all 4 had been switched, I moved on to the next stage. I need to access the manager's computer. And as I grabbed the keycard just before, I made my way to his office and unlocked the door. I interacted with his computer, and now I have a time limit to get back to the vault and use the keycard on the vault door, which was a very easy task. Then I was able to open the vault door, which presents me with a mountain of money located in the middle of the vault. There are also 3 locked gates around the island in the middle, which contain more money and possibly have the server. As I grabbed the elevator favor in the menu before even playing this allows me to move the bags so much easier as there is a lot of bags that I'll be moving. I threw all the bags into the elevator and made my way to the garage, as that's where the escape van is located. I realized I could not access the elevator hatch from the garage, so I made my way back up to the vault room and dropped down. This caused me to mask up, which I totally forgot happens in this game. If you're unmasked and take any type of damage, even full damage, you mask up. So I open the hatch and start moving the bags, but a guard hears or sees the bags being thrown and comes to investigate. I intimidate him, tie him down, and then move the money bags and secure the server. Then I escaped Golden Shark with 0 kills. During the hacking of Shark's server, Joy notices how encrypted the files are, and that she seems to be stuck in a dead end. Shade notices that Shark wouldn't be able to encrypt these files by herself, so by having her files encrypted, she's unintentionally showing that she isn't working alone and has had some serious help. So Joy and Shade start to follow the tech, and hopefully she'll be led to the other conspirators.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom,
Garnet and Shark speak about the recent heist of Shark's vault. She doesn't seem to care much, but Garnet is getting very anxious as he is worried about his upcoming deal being interfered with and ruining him, financially and mentally. Shade, Hoxton, and Chains are meeting with a contractor who turns out to be none other than the legendary Payday 2 gamer, allegedly.
I've hooked up with my favorite game in the world in real life, alright? Payday 3. And you know I'm haul ass in real life, alright?
Oh, sorry, Mac, as he's referred to in this game. Mac informs the gang about some type of hardware he wants and that the gang will help him. He tells the gang where the tech is located and who's orchestrating the deal. Garnet, who Hoxton and Chains remember stealing diamonds from him in Payday the Heist and again in Payday 2. Turns out Nathan Garnet, Ralph's father, had a lot of money invested in the diamonds we stole, ended up ending his life after we stole the diamonds. So Ralph blames us for that and is working with Shark to give us some payback. I approach the port and make my way to one of the entrances. There is a lead guard close by, so I enter the private area carefully and start a phone hack on one of the guards. I also hack the camera to not get spotted. After hacking the phone, I make my way to the second guard with the phone I need to hack. I then distract him to reset his idle animation, which made getting the QR code much easier. I then enter the main area and find a container holding some liquid nitrogen, and I grab it. Now, there are a lot of cameras on this map, and they are very annoying, but I don't have the keycard required to get into the camera room. Well, that's okay though, I don't need it, they just left the door unlocked. I then find the storage container I'll be using to store the tech, and I place the nitrogen inside of it. Then I need to find out which side of the port the loot is located in. And after finding a computer to find out where, I move on to the next objective. I make my way to the east side, throwing a microcam onto the lead guard so I can keep a track of him. And as I bought the zipline asset, the zipline spawns right next to the area I need to go to. I find one of the two containers and I unlock it using the QR code. Then I interact with the screen right next to the door and I find out it's my favorite game, standing AFK in one place 6 times. Once done, the door unlocks and I can grab the tech, but it starts degrading as soon as I grab it, meaning I have to run. But running is bad in Payday 3, as when you're in secure areas, guards can and will investigate any running they hear, meaning I need to get out of this area as quickly as possible and try to get the tech to the storage container. I did get caught a couple of times, so this time I didn't care for the loot value and just slowly made my way out and secured the first bag. Now I need to go back and find the other container, and you might be thinking, Seized, why'd you bring a shotgun? Well, dear viewer, you will soon see why. And after finding it, I have to interact with the screen again and get to do the same AFK objective. This is just lazy objective design and is extremely disappointing. Having this objective on the art gallery, the loud version of Golden Shark, and this heist twice, and it's also in Touch the Sky, this is just boring, repetitive, and shows that as nice of a game Payday 3 is with its new tech, new levels, and new designs, it's still a shame to see this. Once done, I need to once again walk to the container and secure the final piece of the tech. Then I made my way to the escape zone and moved in and out of the escape zone. Doing this tricks the game, and every time I enter the escape zone, it gives me the XP of doing the heist once. So if I do this 30 times, I will get the XP of this heist 30 times. This helps level up my weapons, which is nice, hence why I bought the shotgun. And once I escape, I get all of my yummy weapon XP and finish 99 boxes with 0 kills. The gang turns on the TV and looks at the breaking news and see that Ralph Garnet has been sued for billions due to his failed deal between him and Wixia. Joy comments that she has seen the security of the server before from Murky Water. Wolf mentions that the gang put Murky Water out of business due to the events of Payday 2. But Shade comments that the last unknown conspirator might be connected to them. Joy wants to add the encryption security to the gang's currency, C-Stacks. Don't worry, they are dumb and as stupid and as irrelevant violent as you think. But in order to do so, they need the encryption key. Shade, Chains, and Wolf are out talking about the final conspirator that they didn't expect this guy to have murky water ties, has been in the business a long time and has a good network of connections. Then Pearl shows up with none other than Blaine Keegan, a contractor from Payday 2 with some of the best heists, like my favorite, Hostile Takeover. Keegan says he knows someone who has murky water ties and might have what the gang is looking for. He's an ex-military mercenary who worked for Murky Water. Also seems like this guy, who's called Mason Laurent, is into cybersecurity and was the security manufacturer behind Under the Surface, as shown by this image. He owns a penthouse in the city, and this is where the encryption key would be kept. Shade bets this is the final conspirator and the brains behind it all, and the gang heads to the penthouse. I make my way to the entrance, but to my surprise, I couldn't enter this place without masking up. Honestly, I would have liked to have been able to do this heist unmasked, but oh well. I make my way upstairs and open a vent. I find myself inside the apartment and locate the blue keycard. I make my way to the camera room and take down the guard. I locate the master bedroom and, oh for f***'s sake, I do the same AFK minigame, and after doing that repetitive task, I enter the bedroom and need to look for a secret door which unlocks with a hidden book. The lead guard enters this room and I hack his phone. Then I locate the right book and open the hidden door, which is a vault. I got super lucky with the code as it was just 2 numbers and completely bypassed having to get to the panic room in the office. I pick the safe and get the drive, but I also need to decrypt it. But as I already hacked the phone of the lead guard, I was able to head to the filing room and grab the keycard. After bypassing some civilians placed right in my way, then it was a matter of plugging the drive in and waiting for it to be decrypted. And then once done, the drive turns into a bag, okay. And once secured, I escaped Touch the Sky with 0 kills.
We see the gang celebrating after a successful passive playthrough. Joy mentions she has been able to secure C-stacks using the encryption data we stole. Chains asks what's next, and Pearl suggests something worth stealing. Dallas then replies,
We steal it.
Yeah, we're back. Let's go on for fun. What he said. Cheers.
In the final cutscene, we see Shade listening to a radio broadcast talking about how she's being faced with allegations of bank fraud and corruption due to some leaked documents courtesy of the Payday gang. She then gets out of her car and she doesn't look both ways and gets hit by a car. Okay. Ralph Garnett, due to being sued by Wixia and losing all of his money in the deal we interfered with, ends his game by his own hand. We then see Concord, who seems to be behind his recently departed friends, and then drops his best Mr. Burns impression.
Excellent.
And that ends the story. Okay. And ends this episode. I will continue this series when we get more heists and content into the game. So I will see you then. Stay tuned if you want to hear my thoughts on the game, otherwise I will see you in the next one. Alright, honestly, I am super disappointed with how this game turned out at launch. We just had a patch, which is a good sign, but a month late is not a good sign. I enjoyed this game at launch, new ideas and new items, amazing levels, but it's all being held down by the crap AI, repetitive RNG, if you can even call it that, extremely repetitive and annoying minigames. Like the lockpicking one, I understand, as most games and doors are locked and so are safes. But having the same AFK minigame in 4 heists is so annoying. It is beyond annoying. I would think a simple cut cable minigame like in Payday 2, or just another style of hacking, like maybe a simple Watchdog style hack. That would be a nice change. The new stealth system is quite nice, and having the ability to do some of the heists without masking up, I really like that. I think it's really cool. It's a nice challenge. And I'm begging that the DLC heists, which I have paid for, will not only be worth the money, but would also have the ability to do it unmasked, as it allows you to approach from more than 2 angles, either stealth or loud. It's stealth, but very limited, which I actually think is really fun. I had a lot of fun in the early days of Payday 3. It was really refreshing to not only have a new engine to play on and heaps of mods, but a whole new game. But the changes they made between Payday 2 and Payday 3 is beyond stunning to me. There are so many quality of life changes that Payday 2 had at launch, and Payday 3 needs to have these. I cannot emphasize enough how much a bag secure notification, a map timer, a pager counter, mute contractor, a CrimeNet lookalike, like we need this stuff. I know the stuff I just listed is available in mods, but it shouldn't only be a mod. It should be implemented into the game, it should be at the game at launch. And while I'm shitting on this game, I'm going to mention the hate Starbreeze must have to single player gamers such as myself. Doing any loud heist, especially Road Rage, is impossible with your AI. They are so weak, go down super easy, and yes, they do drop items in the middle of an assault wave, but if you trigger the endless assault, they will not drop anything. You will die. That's it. Multiplayer is okay, but I do play a lot. Like, multiplayer is okay, they have fixed the servers on my end at least, but I play solo with AI a lot. But if I want to do a heist with Overkill and play it on loud, well, I can't do that with the AI. They'll just die instantly. Unless I play with viewers or randoms, but then I have to rely on the cardboard box that is the Payday 3 servers to not screw us over. I do just want to finalize by saying, the game is not great right now. It's not good at all. I'm sure that in the next couple of months the game will be better. More content, more items, better UI, better everything. I really hope that the game gets better, as I can see the potential of this game. But at the moment it feels rushed, with more issues than solutions. I do love this game, but the predecessor, Payday 2, is looking really damn good right now.